Hi, everyone. All right, let me get my mic all moved over. Hello, guys. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Keith. Hello, Images. I love that name. So welcome to the live. I am going to get started with my normal community read. It gives people a chance to kind of just trickle on in. And today's community read is brought to you by Spirit de la Lune. This is an oldie but goodie. I don't use it very much, so I'm very, very happy to use it. Gonna just get it nice and warmed up. And they are so slippery, guys. So let me turn the music up so we have a little like background music. Let's see what we have here. I don't want it too loud. So as I shuffle, let's focus on the week behind us. So that means happy Friday. Focus on the week behind us. Focus on the things that we need to reflect on. And let's see. So imagine your week behind as I shuffle, and let me pull the first card. And remember to join the queue, just use !join. So we have here the Waxing Gibbous. This card is all about strength. So I have to wonder if there were moments this past week where you really needed to just tap into some strength, or maybe you needed to rely on the strength of others around you. Maybe there was something that gave you strength this week. You'll have to let me know. I know for me, it was more so having to tap into my personal strength because people are trying me this week. Yes, I'm doing free one card readings from the queue. And if you want a multi card reading and an oracle card as well, then you can use the tip link in my description. But if you want to join the queue, all you have to use is !join. So, Dre, hey, I don't. Yes. Oh, okay, never mind. Streamlabs gotcha. So, Phoenix, Mojave, you guys make sure you use !join and you can get added to the queue. All right, let's do some more collective readings. Keep focusing on the week behind. Let's pull another card, something else that we can reflect on. Let's see here. We have the Waning Gibbous. So not only do we have strength, but we have surrender. So these are like really competing things that we have. So not only do we have having to tap into some of that strength and some of that fire, here we have some more like watery, like go with the flow kind of energy and surrender to the things that are happening around you. Perhaps this means surrendering your mind, surrendering yourself to the things that might not be the best situation, or just surrendering yourself to change, because that can be pretty difficult to do. Whether it's good or bad, it can be hard to see in the moment. Let's pull one more card and then we'll get started with the cue. We have one more Waning Gibbous, and this is, listen, I feel like this is this is a really strong call out post reading for me. This is about listening to what people are telling you, listening to your intuition, listening to the things that are being shown or told or felt around you, and being able to tap into the strength. Give yourself strength to rely on yourself to listen to this. And then whatever that message is, make sure you find a way to surrender to it. So if that resonates with you, if there's something this past week that you need to reflect on that relates to this, let me know. And we have some folks in the queue already. For everybody new to my channel, I do things a little differently. My Twitch folks are very familiar with this. YouTube folks, probably not. Just make sure you use !join. You can see that right here. !join to join the queue. And let's see who we have. All right. Keith, you are up first, so let me know what your question is. So the way it works is you let me, you join the queue, I will call you, and then I will do a reading for you. If you want multiple cards, just use the tip link. Any little bit is welcome. So let me get this deck all warmed up. If you're curious, I know a lot of people tend to ask. This is the Ethereal Visions deck. This is an oldie but goodie. One of my tarot buddies, a person really got me into like learning and studying tarot, gave me this deck. So it's very meaningful, and I'm sharing that with you guys. Oh, and let me read the cue for you so everybody knows where they're at. My position thing doesn't seem to work. So after Keith, I have Images, followed by Dre. Then I have Phoenix, and then Mojave. So if you didn't hear your name, make sure you use !join. You can't use any other like words or anything before it. Has to be the only thing in the line. I know it's something to get used to. Ooh, Keith wants to know about some romantic prospects. Keith, the cards say you're going to find a waifu at Otakon. Let's see what the cards really say. What do the cards have to say about Keith's romantic prospects? We have the Chariot in reverse. So I don't think things are going to be moving very quickly for you. The Chariot in reverse isn't necessarily like the worst thing in the world. It just kind of means like not right now. So and the thing about the Chariot is that, especially in reverse, I think this is a sign that maybe you need to work on any doubts you have, especially like self-doubts. So if you have anything like you feel like you're not out of control, but you feel like you don't have control of the situation in regard to like the romantic side of you, and then so something like that, or if you are just kind of beating yourself up, if you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself in order to get there, then yeah, this is a sign that you need to take a step back. You need to reevaluate, because upright the Chariot is really, really beneficial for this kind of question. So I think there's a little bit of self-reflection that has to happen first. Just, you want to be in the right mindset, and you want to put your best foot forward, right? So you can't do that if you are beating yourself up, or if you are doubting yourself, or anything like that. So this Chariot is about getting yourself together first, tapping into your own emotions, and seeing what it is you really want from yourself in a relationship before you can expect anything from anyone else. Oops, I'm very handsy. Sorry, guys. I'm from Philly, so I talk a lot with my hands. But yeah, so that is really the thing that you have right now. This is more about you than it is about any outside prospects. So you'll have to let me know if that is kind of what you were expecting. Hi everybody. Hi Farheen. And okay, you are so it's Mojave. Okay. Sorry. I don't like messing people's names up. So thank you for letting me know. Make sure you use !join, all lowercase. The only thing in the queue, and Streambots will Stream Lab, sorry, will let you know if you made it into the queue. Keith, you're very welcome. Hello, Precious. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Up next, we have Images. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. And let's see. I saw some other folks. Sorry if I didn't say hi. Hi, Sheila. Use !join to enter the queue. Hi, Jaden. I feel like you've been on my stream before, but it's been a while. Alfred, hi. Make sure you use !join. Same for you, Donalyn. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I mess up anybody's names. So you want to know Images? How does your aunt R view you? So she sees your like Instagram or Facebook stories. She Facebook stalking you images. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, you caught me just as I was shuffling. Good timing. All right. So you want to know if there will be contact with you and R before summer break ends in August. Let's see if images will be in contact with Aunt R. Let's see here. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think so. So not before summer break ends. So Pentacles is very slow moving. So I think that is a sign that you really need to so not only is Pentacles a very slow moving energy, you also have this in reverse, which I feel like means that you're not there's you're lacking stability, which means that there's a level of unpredictability that is happening with Aunt R. So if you guys are currently not in contact right now, there's going to be a few steps that has to happen before there is contact. And maybe this is on her end, maybe this is on your end, but there needs to be uh, Dre, I don't have hashtag list as one of my things. I will have to figure that one out for you. But so images, I think that if you want on art to if you want there to be contact, it might have to be initiated by you, but I don't think with this Two of Pentacles in reverse that it's going to necessarily be a happy connection or a happy moment of contact. So I think that if you might want to wait it out, like wait it out through the summer and see if things change as we get into like the cooler months. Because right now there's this like instability, there's this like disjointedness that's going on, and this is either between you guys or one of you is experiencing this right now, and it's not a good time to connect. So I don't see this changing before August, unfortunately. Yeah, if you're not in contact, then I think that there something has to happen. I don't think you're in control of that happening. I think that there just needs to be a shift that happens before you're able to make any kind of contact with or unfortunately. And it might just be a little later. The Two of Pentacles is, like I said, slower moving, so it's something that is a little more it'll take some time to reconcile, and perhaps it's a very nebulous card, so it could mean something happens that just changes the entire perspective, uh, and will allow you guys to contact, or it could mean that you guys just aren't going to continue the whole no contact thing, unfortunately. But it doesn't give any kind of advice in that sense. So I don't think that there's anything at this stage there is to do. Um, so I personally wouldn't put any like mental energy towards it right now. Enjoy your summer, enjoy the break, and maybe revisit it afterwards if you have the capacity to do so. So, Dre, you are up next. Um, Guys, hi, welcome to the chat. Hi, Blue Flame. Arya, make sure you use exclamation point join. There you go, Arya. That hopefully got you. Let's see. It's probably working on it. So, um, Dre, go ahead, put your question in the chat. If you put it in earlier, I've lost it. Right now we have in the queue after Dre. So Dre is up now. We have following Dre, we have Phoenix, Mojave, and Farine LJ. We have Blue Flame that just entered the queue. I think I just missed a. Oh, Sheila. Okay, there you are. Sheila just donated. So when you are able to go ahead and put your question in, and I will get you as soon as your question pops up. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and guys, while you wait, if you want some things to do, you can check out exclamation point games. Okay, so Dre, you said you invested almost all of your savings to buy a PC. Oh, virtual assistant industry. Okay, that's really cool. Let's see. Let's see how your how this will go. So you want to know, will you find clients soon as a new virtual assistant? Will Dre find clients soon? All right, let's see what we have here. Ooh, we have the Two of Wands. So, yes, you will, but it's not going to be without some planning. So, if you haven't done all of the like work along with this, so the wands are about moving forward and pushing towards your goals and um sorry. So, you just have some work to do, right? So this is a sign of planning, getting organized, and this is kind of going to be stuff you already know, but this is a good sign that if you do these things, it's really going to work out for you. You just have to, this card is like a reminder, like, hey, you are fully capable of meeting this goal. You have the skill set, you have everything lined up, you have the desire, you have the passion. You just have to do these things in order to get to that end goal. So this is, like I said, all about organization, looking towards the future, making set plans, accomplishing those like milestones. And if it includes studying, then it includes studying as well. Just make sure you set yourself up. So this could mean um so if you're in the study phase, it could mean making sure that you choose the right things to study, choosing the right, uh, like looking for the right mentors maybe, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it on your own. But what I really like about this Two of Wands is this person. You see this guy here, he is at the top of this precipice and he is overseeing these lands. And that's kind of what you have to do, right? You have to step back a little bit and look at the bigger picture and determine where you want to fit in into that bigger picture and work towards it. But with wands, it's great because it means you're in this zone of taking a lot of action, and maybe what you should do, especially in this like Two of Wands phase, is to set micro goals. So you mentioned that you are studying right now. So go through the study phase, but in that study phase, set micro goals. Maybe, you know, whatever. I don't really know much about virtual assistants, but, maybe it's get whatever certifications you need or take X number of courses before you move on to the next phase, something like that. But I think that this is a really, really optimistic card. This is saying like you have the passion, you have the creativity, just push towards it. And yeah, you have like you have some really cool things happening for you right now. Just keep pushing, just keep working. Um, and I think that because one of the things too is like the two is a little more of a balanced card, so there's a little more sedentary energy set in, so it's a little more stable, and it probably means stay in this phase a bit before you worry about clients, so that way you can put your best foot forward. Yeah, I think you just have to go through this planning, organization, this learning phase, and then once you can get out of that, it's gonna be like bam, bam, bam. Good thing about uh the good thing about Wands. But good luck. And yes, I know it's totally hard. I'm kind of like thinking of the same stuff about myself, I should say. So 1 second, guys. So let's see. I'm so slow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Sheila, I got your question. Someone else asked about like about donations, and I'm sorry guys, I got really into that reading. LH, no problem. I will take you off the list. Aria, yes, you were after LH, so regardless, you're technically moved up the list. So up next we have Sheila. I believe you put your question in already, so let me just find that real quick. Sheila donated, so I am going to take her question and do a multi-card reading for her. So just to caveat, I don't like doing baby readings because it's very high stakes for people. So just understand that the future is nebulous. I'm going to give you what I see in the cards, but please, consult with your doctors and whatever like that. Okay. So Sheila is up next. We have following that, we have Phoenix, we have Mojave, then we have Farheen, Blue Flame, Arya, and I don't know how I accidentally joined the queue. All right. Yeah, Dre, Amazon is super tough. I had friends that work for Amazon. They're kind of ruthless. All right, Sheila. So let's do an overall reading with some oracle cards. I think I'll just pull one. This deck is pretty solid with some overall advice. So will Jay and I have a baby? Let's see. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, B. If you guys want to join the queue, go ahead and use exclamation point join. Okay, let's see what we have. Ooh, this one here. We have Surrender again. So you probably weren't here for the community read, but that was a card that we pulled up. So it seems like this is a really important card for this energy that we have going on as a group, at least. So let's see what we have overall. Nice shuffle for you. Change to a habit, baby. Let's do this one. There we go. All right. Let's see what we have here for you. Everything is in reverse. It means the deck is mostly reversed now, so I'm going to just flip that upright. So I don't think that there's going to be a baby in the near future, especially with this Three of Swords here. I think that there's going to be a lot of effort put in, but I wonder if both of you are maybe not on the same page with this yet, which is causing this disconnect with the Three of Swords here. So the reason I say this too is you have Judgment, and Judgment is about like awakenings and sort of rediscovering what it is you want. And that followed by the 7 of Cups makes me wonder if, like, maybe there are too many options on the table. Maybe someone is not sure that that is maybe, that it's not quite what they're hoping for yet. Um, and because of that, they've set these unrealistic expectations that are not able to be met. So it's almost and I don't think it's malicious. I think it's just, like I kind of explained before, when when one party wants a child and maybe another party's not is still working on getting on board. Not that they're not on board. I don't see that in this. Um, I think that it's a sign that perhaps things just aren't quite in sync yet. And that's what is kind of at the heart of this reading. And I wonder if that's why you got the surrender card, is kind of surrender to the moment. So this shows me that there is a lot of expectations. There's a lot and oh, you're not, because you're not sure if you want one for different reasons. And I think and I don't know if this is because you recently discovered something, or like a path has changed or something like that with this Judgment card. There's kind of a new path you're walking down, or a moment of enlightening. But I think regardless, I don't think that it would be a happy decision to try to have a child. And if there are emotional reasons for that, I think that's where the surrender card comes in. I don't think that I think you need to surrender to, like, your intuition, how you're feeling in the moment, and kind of take a step back and reflect and let the other party know. So if you were worried that you were going to be having a kid right now, you don't have to worry about that so much. But if you're worried that you guys are maybe a little out of sync in whether you should or shouldn't, or if you're just maybe even just an internal battle, then yeah, this is saying that it's not the right time. You need to kind of walk a path of finding that enlightenment, because right now you're struggling with all of these options that are being thrown at you. And ultimately, there's just like, and maybe there's a little bit of this illusion that you should be wanting to have a kid right now, or this illusion that things are in line for you to, but I don't think that it is a realistic thing that is happening. So if that is the thing that is going on with you, that's what I kind of see in the cards. But ultimately, to answer your question, like, as a binary yes or no, no, you're not going to have a baby, not right now. Especially with this Judgment opposing this 3 of Swords here. Oh, then yeah, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. But I do know this must be a topic that weighs heavily on you. So again, these are like opposing cards here. So this is something that weighs heavily on you. You have a lot of stuff going on. So you need to find the path that resonates with you, and that, that is the most meaningful to you. So I'm glad that could help. Thank you so much for donating, and good luck. I know it's a tough situation. Hi everyone. So I see some new folks join the queue. Uh Flo, I'm not sure that it added you. So why don't you go ahead and try again? And you read my mind. Phoenix, you are up next. You're very welcome, Sheila. Guys, if you are enjoying these readings, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Points to anyone who knows where that's from. It's like literally my favorite Netflix series. All right. Jessica wants to know, what you can expect from Brandon next month. Let's see what's going on with Brandon. I don't have a list, Amara, but if you're curious, I can read it real quick. Let me pull this card for Phoenix. So let me read the list for you guys. I have Mojave, I have Farine, Blue Flame, Arya, Cheryl, V, Ramadana, and Claire, sorry. All right. Jessica, you want to know what you can expect from what you can expect from Brandon next month. I think this person is going to be a little aloof, maybe not giving you the right signals here. The Hierophant, and this is the Hierophant in reverse. I realize you probably can't read it. The Hierophant in reverse is about rebelling against traditions. So I think that this is going to be someone that just simply does not, they're not going to give you any clear answers. And I feel like this person, I don't know if it's intentional. It's really hard with one card sometimes. Let me take a peek at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I don't think this person, I think this person's probably being a little intentionally standoffish. Maybe they don't like to deal with like awkward situations, perhaps because there's this like rebellion that's happening, and maybe they're even giving you mixed signals. I wouldn't take the good signals of any value if that's what you're getting from this person. And I would say that perhaps if you've been coming on strong, or if you've been maybe flirting or anything like that, I don't think it's being well received. And not that you're doing anything wrong. I think that perhaps this person is just not good, like I said, not good with like awkward situations and not sure how to respond to that. So I don't see anything love wise in here. And perhaps next month you realize you don't really enjoy this person as much as it may seem at this point in time. Might show a different side of themselves that you don't really necessarily enjoy. So I would just keep an eye out for that. And if you see any red flags pop up, make sure you take note of that. All right. Up next we have Mojave, and then Farine, we have Blue Flame, Arya, Cheryl, V, Ramadana, and then Clara. And then we just have a new addition, Ashla. You're welcome, Phoenix. All right. Mojave, if you are still in the chat, go ahead, put your question in. And remember, if you want a more detailed reading, I can do that if you send a cute little tip my way. Otherwise, I do one card readings from the chat, and I will do multi-card readings and oracle card pull from tips. Well, let's see. Would it be beneficial to take a social media break? I am also on Amino, and I know how exhausting and time-consuming that can be. So I totally understand this question. Let's see what we have for you. Slid that over weird. Look at that. We have the Hierophant back, but upright. I think that it's not necessarily a break that you need. It's probably more so setting the right boundaries. So finding like if you are big on calendars or something like that, block out a time that allows you to be on Amino and be act as host. And then that means almost like a work day, right? So you set an amount of time that you're comfortable with, and when you're outside of that window, you are off of Amino. The Hierophant is someone who is about it's kind of about tradition and institution and stuff like that. So I think too, if you feel like these things start to, even with setting these boundaries, if you feel like this is still limiting you spiritually, like it's hindering your intuition, things like that, reevaluate and then maybe perhaps yes, take a break. But I think that in this stage, the Hierophant is saying that you are someone that has the capability to do both. You just have to make sure you set your mind to do both. So set those boundaries and don't let yourself break those boundaries. Set rules for yourself. I'm preaching to the choir because I'm bad at that. But yes, ultimately, structure and balance then is really what you need. And if after that, you can always reevaluate. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being so patient. Fahim, you are up next. Let's see. All right, we have Fahim up. So go ahead, put your question in the chat. And just to let you know, Ramadana, you are uh, 2, 3, fifth in line. There is a list. You can join the queue by using exclamation point join. You could see, whoop, overshot that. You could see here. I guess I should. There we go. Exclamation point join. Um, put that in the chat, and you will be added to the queue. All right, so let's keep on going. Blue Flame, are you still hanging out in the chat? And hey, Blue Flame, thanks for hanging out. Go ahead, put your question in the chat for me. So sorry, I somehow accidentally muted myself. So you got the thank you for letting me know. You got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which is actually a really positive card in respect to this question. So while your love life may not necessarily start off in the highest point, you will actually have a lot of growth that you go through, a lot of healing and learning to forgive yourself for maybe past mistakes, learning to forgive the people that have made mistakes with you and have affected your life. And that will allow you to heal both internally and externally and bring in those people that will now be more of a permanent staple in your life. I say people, but I really mean like that person or, family unit. Because, sometimes when you find the one person, you're also finding their family, that kind of thing. But I think that this is actually a really great card. So this is going to be a card that says that as you're growing, as you are starting to learn to accept these things about your past, you're able to look upon your past and be just realize how far you have gone. So you have a really great journey ahead of you. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing ever is. So I don't want to, give that kind of vibe, but just know that it is more of an upward trajectory than it is anything else. And I think this is a really cool card. So, yeah, thank you for being patient. All right, Araya. I feel like I've been calling you something else. I'm so sorry. You're very welcome, Blue Flame. If you guys, reminder, if you want a more in-depth reading, you can use the tip link in my description. And I will pull multiple cards and an oracle card for you. Otherwise, I do one card readings from the chat. So just to update you guys on the queue, up now we have Araya, we have Cheryl next, then we have V, Ramadana, Clara, Olashin. Sorry, Alsha. I'll call you Alsha. I'm so sorry. And then Sephwa. All right, it is a little quiet, so let's go on to Cheryl. Cheryl, are you still hanging out in the chat? And just a reminder for anybody that came a little late, I'm using the Ethereal Visions Tarot. I know a lot of people are curious about that, so I just want to remind you guys that that's what I'm using. This was the deck that was gifted. The only deck that I had that was gifted to me. So, you want to know if L has moved on. Let's see if L has moved on. I got you. Don't worry. You have the Four of Cups. Yeah, unfortunately, I think so. Four of Cups in reverse. The whole concept of this card is basically separating from things emotionally. So I think they moved on, but perhaps not happily. You can see all of these cups, all of that. All of them are reversed, so it's just like all of that energy, all of that healing has just drained away. So yes, they've moved on, and perhaps they're trying to do that in order to distance themselves from whatever unhappiness that the connection might have brought previously. Or perhaps they are just distancing themselves in the hopes that they can turn this energy upright and invite healing and tap into that emotional energy going forward. So, unfortunately, I do think this person has moved on. I don't think that even upright. I don't think that this card is much of a there's much of a connection there. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry. It's probably not the most happy news that you were getting there. Up next we have V, and then we have Ramadana, Clara, Al Shaden, and Sephwa. If I did not call your name, make sure you use exclamation point join. Um, MM Vlogs. I know I saw you join, but I don't see you in the queue. So just try that again. Sometimes Streamlabs just has like a brain fart. Unless you're Cassidy. I see. That's very interesting. Sometimes people's usernames don't match for some reason. It's very interesting how that happens. All right. Oh no, I see. Cassie is part of my Twitch family. All right, V, let's see. A's feelings towards you. Right. A's feelings towards V. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. I think this is, gosh, only the second swords card that we pulled this night. The Six of Swords is, it's a little ambiguous, unfortunately. So it's hard with one card, but I feel like this person is not quite sure themselves how they feel. I think that they might be dealing with their own internal struggles and challenges, and they're trying to work that out. Like I said, it's kind of hard with one card. So I think that there's this internal struggle that this person's going through, and it's causing a lot of challenges externally. So I don't think that there is anything. I don't think there are feelings towards you yet. I don't know how close you guys are or anything like that, but I feel like they have to deal with their own stuff first before they can worry about you. The Six of Swords in reverse is also about delays. So there could be a delayed connection that is happening between you guys. And that means that right now at this stage, there's only from A's perspective, only their struggles that's going on. So I think that perhaps give them time to work through that, give them time to figure themselves out and maybe revisit. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, I think I have Cassidy exclamation point list doesn't work. I need to figure that out. So a few people used it today, so I'll make sure to check that out. Still learning about my still learning about all of that. You're very welcome, V. All right, let's see, Ramadana. So I'm going to go ahead and close the queue. My last person will be MM Vlogs. So everybody in the queue is good to go. Don't worry. I'm not ending it. Just no more people can join. All right, so Ramona, you want to know what Raymond's thoughts were after the last text message? Let's see what Raymond thought of you after the last text message. All right, here we go. Justice. So, are you guys so curious thing about Justice is that, sorry, adjusting my camera here. Let me just fix this. All right. So the thing about the Justice card is when this pops up, it means that someone is getting what it is that they've put out in the universe. There's like this element of what we understand, in the Western world to be karma. You're getting back the energy that you've put out. But also there's this element, and I mean that in a very objective way, in the sense that things are true and fair, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it makes people happy. So there's emotion lacking in this card. So I think that, maybe Raymond felt like everything was laid out on the table, or Raymond got the answers that he needed to get, and it is what it is. Justice is like also about finding balance. So I don't think that there's necessarily anything else that Raymond needs from this situation. And I trying to get a little more out of this justice card here. But there's when I think of the justice card popping up, there's this coldness as well, because there's supposed to be a lack of emotion when it comes to justice, right? It's supposed to be about fairness and equality. So whatever the text message was about, he felt it was fair. He felt it, it kind of is what it is. And you guys got what you said, what needed to be said. There we go. Sorry, I'm just struggling with my camera. I'm being like a weird perfectionist right now. There we go. Almost. Okay. I'll stop messing with it. All right. So I hope that helps. I don't think there were no real feelings, in this. I think it was just he thought that it was fair, equal. It was what it was, and they just went with it. All right. Welcome back, Cheryl. You're welcome. How does Gerald feel about you? Let's see. Feels that you bring a lot of balance to things, I think. He finds that there is this almost like this healing element to you. You're not too extreme in one way or another, and maybe that makes it nervous. The extremes in people doesn't know how to navigate this situation. So maybe he feels like you balance him out as well. Excuse me. Just getting some water. But yeah, ultimately, Temperance card is a really lovely card, and this is one of the most beautiful cards in this specific deck. Temperance is a card of moderation, so they feel like you are a really moderately just well balanced person, and I think that it's just really joyful to them. There's still, like I tell everyone, one card is hard. You're trying to discern like the whole world from one card. But I think that this person, Gerald, I think they really like you to some degree, especially because if you look at this card, if you look really at this, it kind of reminds you of like Venus and half shell kind of style. So this, like, there's an element of beauty here. There's an element that taps into that ethereal visions of this deck. So yeah, I think Gerald really digs you. Perhaps they're still learning about you, though. Not quite sure all of the inner mechanisms of what makes you tick, but they enjoy you nonetheless. All right, up next we have Clara, and then we have Alsha, we have Sefwa, Cassidy, and then Vlogs. If you guys enjoy this deck and you're curious about some of the cards that you've seen, I do have a flip through on my channel of this. You can skip around and see the different cards, but the major arcana are just so gorgeous. They're beautifully illustrated, and the foiling is just to die for. Let's see, Clara, if your love life will get better anytime soon. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So yes, I will say that you definitely have some changes happening soon. The Five is about conflict, but in reverse, actually, I feel like you're going to make a concerted effort to just start to avoid conflict, or you're going to start to notice that you have been avoiding conflict, either subconsciously or consciously. But there's also this element of self-doubt that might be introduced into your life as you start to traverse, this journey of love. um so I think that in avoiding these negative interactions, maybe you start to notice them a little more, and it starts to inflict a little doubt within yourself. So just be cognizant of that. Just realize that you know avoid the external struggle, and in order to find balance in your life. But I think that this is still a pretty positive card, in the sense that you're starting to push away these toxic things that you might have been experiencing previously. And you're starting, especially with the wands, you're starting to notice some changes starting to happen, maybe even now. If not now, then soon. Lourdes, my queue is closed, unfortunately. All right. Up next, we have Alsha. Sorry. And then we have 3 left. We have Sepwa, Cassidy, and then Vlog. So if you are hanging out, we're almost there. You're welcome, Clara. Thank you so much for being so patient. Oh, Linda. Okay, I can definitely do that. Does B know that you don't want to communicate with him the same as before? Let's see if B knows it. We have the Magician in reverse. Interesting card. I don't think that they know, because I don't think they have any like self-awareness at all, I guess is a good way to explain it. And I think it could even almost be intentional, like the whole concept of ignorance is bliss. So like if they don't know it, then they don't have to be upset by this idea. So I think that there might be a little bit of that going on here. And also I feel like there's this air of like perhaps even this air of arrogance, where like he thinks like, okay, I don't need to know, whatever I want is what will happen anyway. So if I just avoid this other situation, I can make it happen this way. So I don't think they I don't think they want to know that you don't want to communicate the same as before, and it will definitely be a rude awakening for them. So I feel like you kind of have an upward battle with this person, Linda. All right, Cephala, you are up next. The Magician in reverse is a really interesting card because it's the technically number 1 of the major arcana, but it's also in reverse. It's like just refusal to accept the things around you. Yes, it's so frustrating, especially when you're like screaming it to the heavens, like, I don't want this, and they're like, nope, if I just ignore it, it doesn't mean anything. It's really difficult to deal with people like that. But I do wish you luck. Sounds like I said, an uphill battle. Oh, age is just a number. Some people never grow up, so it doesn't matter how old they are. And guys, maturity wise, they need to be like 4 times older than us to be as mature as us. Stephanie, you want to know if your coworker will contact you soon. It's your ex-coworker, sorry. You're welcome. We have the Hangman. Sorry, this card always throws me off because it looks like it's upside down, but it is not. You know, I take this kind of as a slight yes with a mostly maybe, but I'm leaning towards a strong maybe, actually, just intuitively. So the Hermit, or the Hangman, I'm sorry, the Hangman means that there is this heir sacrifice that has to happen. I think I just actually talked myself out of that. I don't think that they will contact you because I think they expect you to sacrifice that for them. So you have to be the one to sacrifice the first message to initiate the conversation. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. It's almost like if you want there to be contact, you have to give in to the fact that this is how the situation is. Sometimes I see that the Hangman is a change of perspective, but and maybe that's a little bit of what's going on. There's not a change in their perspective. There's no change from their end, but perhaps you are the one that has to change in the sense that you have to understand that if you miss this person and you want to talk to them, you have to be the first one to initiate contact. But there is also this side where you have to understand, like, hey, if this is how that relationship is going to be, do you want to be a part of it? And when I say relationship, I just mean like any kind of connection between more than one person. I don't necessarily mean romantic or familiar or anything like that. So I think that Cephala, the onus is on you here. I don't see this person contacting you first, but you have to decide here whether you're okay with that or you're not. And then from there, decide what the next move is going to be. And one of the things I always say with readings is that sometimes you just have to tell people what you want or need from them because they just simply don't know. And it might seem like common sense that they should know, but they don't. A lot of people are very oblivious to the world around them, and it's not malicious or intentional, but they just don't know until you tell them. All right, Cassidy, you are up next. Let's see, does A have feelings for Cassidy? Oh, look who is back, but upright this time. So, I would say it's not quite there yet, but it's growing. The Magician is like the start of new things, the start of like a lot of new things, and it's like building that confidence, finding ways to accomplish certain goals. So I don't think that A is all the way there yet, but is working on it. So this is like the beginning of a journey, and I feel like you should enjoy it. The Magician is, like I mentioned previously, because I literally just pulled this card. The Magician is the start after the Fool. It's really card number 1 of the major arcana. So enjoy the journey. It's starting new. I don't think the feelings are fully resolved yet, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, especially not with the Magician. It's something you can totally enjoy. Enjoy the action and the movement and the new things that are coming up. Okay, MM. Last but not least. So I hope that helps, Cassidy. Thank you so much for waiting. You're welcome. And again, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed me. I try to do lives every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's put this card back in before I forget. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. And again, if you want to grow with me on Discord, here is my Discord. I'm trying to like start up putting tarot freebies and maybe do some lives over there, some really quick short ones. So yeah, if you are interested in all of that, go ahead and join. Current feelings of your ex. Let's see. I'm going to do the current feelings of your ex. Let's see what we got. Current feelings of MM's ex. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I don't think that they are feeling anything like pleasant, I would say. And if this is something revolving around what you sent him through text or message or whatever, I don't think that it worked out. If you were hoping for a favorable reaction, I don't think it was reciprocated that way. The Wheel of Fortune is more or less, especially in reverse, it's almost like literally translated as bad luck. So, you know, just a little bit of resistance that is there. So he's resistant to these messages that you sent. Maybe pulling away from that. And there's also just overall like chaos, sort of. So maybe even thought like the message invited too much chaos or the whole thing was chaotic. I don't think that your ex, I guess it's I, right? I don't think your ex I is really feeling it right now. And I always say exes are exes for a reason. So perhaps that is why. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that helps MM Vlogs. I really appreciate you being so patient, waiting to the very, very end. And I am actually going to be doing a Sunday Fun Day. So if you want some tarot readings on Sunday, you can join me this Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will catch you then. All right. Bye, guys.